Medieval times, kings and knights, castles and jousting. The Roman Empire was in ruin and the Dark Ages had set in. A great time to be alive. Well, kinda. It was 1,000 years of war, famine, and mystery that came to a close shortly after several waves of the bubonic plague eliminated half of the European population. So there's that. But otherwise, it was probably pretty awesome, I guess. Had to be for some folks. Before the plague hit in 1347 and back before the Norman invasion of 1066, Saxon kings were ruling in England. Villages thrived with trade in certain areas, so silver and gold was being exchanged for goods and services. With all the trading and invading going on in England during the High Middle Ages, there had to be a few Saxon trinkets dropped and lost that are still out there in the soil waiting patiently to be discovered.
Look at that giant fat horseshoe, or mule shoe, or some kind of a weird, you know, rotten hoofed goat shoe. I don't know.
Well, hopefully we'll find something better than that.
Yeah, baby.
Go.
With KG and RINGY.
Yep, we're headed back to England for more fun and adventure. Still having trouble with the landings. Looks like it's time for more repairs. If you've followed us at all over the past couple of years, you know that KG and I spend a lot of time in England. We've turned up Victorian silver, medieval stuff, Roman coins, and even some BC Celtic gold, but we've never specifically targeted Saxon artifacts. Well, that's about to change because our old detecting pal Gary has set us up with a group of Saxon hunting enthusiasts, for lack of a better word. Actually, the word maniacs almost slipped out, but I held back because that seems like it'd be kind of a rude thing to say.
We call ourselves the Jolly Pirates. We're just a group of friends that come out and detect together. For us, it's part of the social scene, the camaraderie, the sharing each other's finds that makes it special.
But anyway, this band of jolly pirates is supposed to be taking us to some old Saxon village permissions, where we'll fan out and begin our hunt for 1,000-year-old Saxon treasure.
KG and RINGY in England, we're gonna dig up some nectar.
This is awesome. I mean, I love coming over here to Europe. You know why? Because you find cool stuff like this. You know what that is? A lot of people don't know what that is. They're gonna say, that looks like the back of a shotgun shell, but why is that little pointy thing sticking out? Well, you know why? You're correct. It is the back of a shotgun shell, but it's the old-time, early 1800s pin-fired shotgun shell. Those are really cool. Check out this awesome old British penny I found, probably a Vicky penny. But this is actually dirt. What it came out of. Check this out. That's pretty cool.
Look at this awesome thing. I know this has nothing to do with medieval times, but it just shows you, you know, everybody, every society that's been in a place leaves their mark. And I don't know how old this is, probably like the 1940s or 50s or something, but it's for a Singer sewing machine. But it's got such a cool, ornate little look, you gotta take a look at it. How cool is that? It says Singer Craft Guide. It's part of a sewing machine, a Singer sewing machine, so it was probably something that was attached to something that slid things in, like a ruler or something. That's a cool little piece of exonumia. Look that up.
Look at that. Big fat coin from the England soils. 1930. Come all the way to England and I pull out a 1930 coin. What the heck? Coin is a coin, right? Nope.
Oh, it's definitely down there at the bottom. flat button. I think it's a flat button. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, I thought this was a flat button, but it's not.
We're in England hitting a handful of incredible sites on the hunt for Saxon treasure. Romans roamed this land as well, and we're seeing evidence of that in several search sectors.
Oh, I thought this was a flat button, but it's not. This is so much better. I just found a 2,000-year-old Roman coin. Ha 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 ha!
We had some really good results in the second field of the day. I honed in on a small sector that produced a few Roman coins from around 250 to 350 AD, and then hit a neighboring field that pumped out 4 or 5 more.
Definitely go back to at least 260 or 280 AD. I had 3 in the morning, or 3 or 4, and then in the afternoon I know I found more than that up on this ridge, so it's been a great day. A lot of Roman coins, including some pretty cool ones that you can read.
One of them appears to be a barbarous radiate, which is an imitation of an officially minted Roman coin but made privately and used for small change during the extreme political unrest during the 3rd century. It's not really thought of as a counterfeit coin because they were used regularly and accepted for trade back in the day. Kind of like the early 1800s in the US when private mintages known as hard times tokens were being passed around because of a coin shortage. While not as rare as Saxon Silver, it's always amazing to see nearly 2,000-year-old coins pop out of the ground. I was pretty smug and feeling good about myself there for a while, and then this happened.
Skeet, baby! KG's got a skeet! Hang on a minute, hang on a minute, I might be mistaken, I'll tell you what it is. No, it's a button! It's a button! You're now on the ski club.
Yeah, you're now the ski club, man.
Where is it? Oh, it was on you. Oh, it was on the arm!
KG just dug a skeet. How awesome is that? Cage, you're the man.
Thank you, brother.
KG did it. Yep, he's part of the Saxon Skeet Club now.
We are the skeety boys, the skeety boys, the skeety boys. We are the skeety boys.
This is bad news for me because those little silver coins are doubly hard to find. They're rare and they're tiny. It's a beautiful little coin minted around 720 to 745 AD. This is a pecking bird variety with a face surrounded by little dots and circles on one side and the weird skinny bird on the other. No getting around it. That's a magnificent find in fantastic condition. Not going to be easy to beat.
Ski club.
Isn't that lovely?
Woo!
Pecking bird! Pecking bird! Flat button!
Look at that, an old toy gun barrel.
Team Garrett's Steve Moore joined us for a few days as well. He turned up some really nice hammers and a beautiful seal.
Flat button, but it's got a different weird design. I've never found one like this. There's like gold and enamel stuff inlaid into this. It's actually not flat, it's concave for those of you that are gonna be writing in letters. I've never seen another in my life, and I doubt I ever will. Can anyone prove me wrong? I think this is the only one in existence. Rare artifact for the ringmaster.
What do you got there, Cage?
Got myself a snake, I think. Worm snake or
Yeah,
something.
some kind of slow worm.
Slow worm. Kind of like Tim, slow. No, this is a worm. Look at this. Awesome bail seal. I mean, these things are cool. You would have your goods in a sack. You would put your trademark on it, stamp it. There's like a big eagle in the front or something like that. It says Pier on it. Phoenix, Liverpool. Hey man, that's cool. That's where the Beatles are from. You know, the world famous rock star Beatles. They're from Liverpool. You know, maybe they were bringing a sack of goods to the Beatles. And, you know, after the Beatles tore open the sack, they threw the seal in the garbage. Some little kid came along and plucked it out of the garbage and thought, you know what? This came from the Beatles' house. I'm gonna hang on to that. Came out here, got attacked by a giant swan, pecking at him. He dropped it and ran home crying.
KG is on fire. Apparently nothing is going to slow him down. As if that Saxon skeet wasn't enough to steal my thunder after a couple of decent finds, KG also turned up this magnificent little Saxon strap end. This is a very rare, maybe one-of-a-kind Saxon strap end with an animal motif.
You know, I figured I had some modern buckle or something. Turns out I got an awesome medieval Saxon strap end. Some weird animal's face on the end of it. I mean, that's incredible.
Phenomenal work for Cage. I'm starting to feel bad and my self-esteem is plummeting out of control.
There it is. There it is. It's a thing of beauty.
Thousand-year-old coins are popping up in this area. We know we're in a hot spot that was active during the Saxon reign, so we're hoping to see some more evidence of that soon.
There it is. There it is. It's a thing of beauty. This makes me so happy. We've been out here for days hunting these fields. A whole bunch of Romans came from a corner over there, a bunch on the ridge the day before. I think I found 5 on a ridge over there. This has been really productive, but I just haven't been able to find silver. Everybody's like, oh, I've got a hammered, I've got this, I've got that, I've got a skeet. But today, Ringy comes up with Sil. My very first half cut.
But wait, it's not just any old cut half hammy. This is insane! I was thrilled just to find my first cut silver hammy, but to find out that it's also my first Saxon penny is mind-boggling. King Edward the Confessor is on this coin, so that means it was made in the window of 1042 to 1066.
Those silver Saxon pennies are extremely rare. I've spent a lifetime looking for them in Australia with no success at all.
The ringmaster is now the cut hammy silver medieval Saxon master.
Apparently these are harder to find than common hammered gold coins, so it really is a stunner. Considered one of the last of the Anglo-Saxon kings to rule England, Edward the Confessor ruled for almost 25 years, from 1042 to 1066. Not sure what he confessed to in the end, but he obviously had a few things he needed to get off his chest. Edward's death in early January of 1066 set off a chaotic chain of events that led to the Norman invasion later that fall. His 24-year reign seemed like an eternity, considering that his successor, Harold Godwinson, didn't make it 10 months before being shot in the eye with an arrow in the Battle of Hastings. The Norman king, William the Conqueror, took the crown after that and held on to it for over 20 years until 1087. Another lengthy run for a king in those days, but it marks the end of 700 or 800 years of Saxon control.
So from Hastings Stadium, the Golden Knights of William the Conqueror defeat the Saxon Kings by a score of 3-0. That's all for sport, and now, breaking news from the fascinating world of old, filthy, dirty pennies. Over to you, Gary.
Gary? Gary? Apparently we're having technical difficulties. Cue the music. Over to you, Phil.
Definitely got to dig it. Oh, it's in the clump. Look at that, in the clump right there. It's a big coin for Ringy. Ah, it's got the queen. I got the queen on the coin, but this is an Australian coin. It's got a platypus on it. 1967. I'm in a field in the middle of nowhere in England, and I just found a coin from Australia. What a bizarre thing. Didgeridoo in the park for Ringy.
Check it out, everybody. KG here. I'm in England, and I think I just found one of the greatest finds of my life.
We crushed it at the Saxon Village sites, but we're not done yet. Gary has taken us back to a site we hunted with him in the past because the fields have been plowed, and we all know there's a great chance to strike fresh nectar once the dirt has been turned. Looks like he made the right call because less than 10 minutes into our hunt, we start hearing the sweet sound of ancient metal.
Looks like a pack of armadillos been in here.
Yeah, I was walking along, and you know how you see like a bare patch or something that's been skimmed or whatever, you just can't resist waving your coil over it. I just happened to walk by and went right here, and it pinged it was like a test field, like somebody threw a coin on the surface, you know, that pure sound.
Yeah.
And then I went around over here, found another one, and I thought, I'm gonna throw it in all metal just in case, get a little extra depth, and I was listening to every signal. And there's a little tweaker here, and as soon as I moved the dirt, I switched it back to my custom mode, and it's just pinging. I just pulled out 2 awesome silver coins, and this sounds just like them.
Oh.
See it?
There it is.
God, it's got to be another silver coin.
Is it like
They're really black here because of the soil, but heck yeah, that's a 6-pence for sure. 3 silver coins right here. They're all from like the 1800s. Uno, dos, tres.
Way to go, Ringmaster.
I love these silver coins, practically brand new in the big picture, but I don't care at all. I love them, love them, love them. And I suspect they were all together at some point in history. It has to be a spill. KG has been feeling it lately. He's on a roll with some fantastic Saxon finds, and it looks like he's still in the zone here.
Check it out, everybody. KG here. I'm in England, and I think I just found one of the greatest finds of my life. It's not gold, but that's okay. But it is silver. Check it out. I think that's a Saxon penny right there. Ultra, ultra rare, rare silver Saxon penny. Freaking awesome, baby. Woo! I love my Saxon coin.
Another Saxon penny. Absolutely incredible. So weird to think we've actually hunted this field years before, and now we come back and KG finds this. You just never know what's next.
That is probably a once-in-a-lifetime find.
Just so you know how awesome this find is that KG has. Yesterday, I found a cut one just like this one. It's probably the Edward the Confessor or something. And he's got the whole one. It's unbelievably rare, even more rare than a skeet find around here. But listen to this. We found one on back-to-back days, and there's been guys we're hunting out here with that have been hunting 30 years and never found one. That's the incredible sites we're on right now, and it also takes a tiny bit of luck.
A lot of skill and AT Max, baby, right there.
This is ancient ground that we're searching on. It's been searched a number of times over the years. We found some pretty amazing things, and KG and Ringy were in the mix, and they were finding some great stuff as well. So it was just a great week.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that sort of recovery. It's KG and Ringy, just stellar finds.
I can't believe after I found a Saxon penny cut in half that you had to trump me and find a perfect one.
Perfect Saxon penny. I mean, that's a lifelong dream.
Would you allow those guys back on our holy ground?
Absolutely no chance at all. No, a couple of US guys come over here, find our treasured items, and then bugger off back to America. Not a hope in hell.
My incredible Saxon cut silver penny is stellar, and most likely a once-in-a-lifetime find. But like Edward, I have to confess, it's no match for a full-on Saxon penny and a skeet. In fact, I'm just going to concede right now. Great for KG, but that's not very good news for me. Now I gotta deal with this.
You know what, the ringmaster, he always thinks he has to smash a pie in my face or have a beer thrown in my face. Well, you know what, I'm a little sick of it. He lost this week, he's gonna get a little taste of what I've been going through. Yeah.
Well, there you have it. After all those pies and beers thrown in KG's face over the years, I guess I should have seen that coming. What goes around comes around, I guess.
That's what you get for being a loser.
KG definitely earned his nickname this week. I think he's now the latest in a long line of Saxon kings. King George, the confessor finder and skeet shooter. There were so many incredible finds this trip, it's hard to imagine doing much better. But you know we're gonna keep on trying. Thanks to the Jolly Pirate crew and of course Gary and Ant for all the guidance and fun. Can't wait to get back over there and visit them all again soon, whether they like it or not. Join us again next time for more history and amazing adventures on Diggin' with KG and Ringy.